And we're live.
Right. So better living through chemistry, huh?
Better living through chemistry. Bro, I feel bad for every fucking time okay, so I never said it.
Right.
And I wouldn't verbalize it.
Okay.
But anytime that I've like thought to myself, man, just get over it or pull yourself up. The bazillion times I've pulled myself up, I've never pulled myself up and out. The next time I was just deeper.
Right.
Fucking Cymbalta has changed my goddamn life. I don't know if it's even like it for right now. It's for the better. It might be serotonin syndrome. Still, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced because I find myself like, man, I'm in a pretty good mood, and then I'm like all fuss and shit. But why?
Right. Oh, right. Because we're not used to it. Right. We're not used to being in a state of positivity. But it's like you said, it's like you feel good, but it doesn't feel natural.
Yeah, I feel great, but it doesn't feel natural. And it's like got me like now I'm developing some kind of schizophrenia. Next thing you know, it's going to be antipsychotics because I'm gonna be like, but why?
Right.
Bro, you know what? If the Matrix puts me back to sleep, so be it.
Right.
I woke up long enough to be like, fuck this shit.
Right. Yeah.
Like for real. 3.5 years of fucking being stuck in a constant state of clinical depression is not cool.
No,
and I went through it with a fucking smile on my face publicly or talking shit and making jokes and shit like that. But the place I have been was not somewhere I wish anyone to be.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You know, it's like, it's like the joke. It's like, oh, you're really funny. Thanks. It's the trauma.
Yeah, legit. It really was. And it like, honestly, like to be real, I've been putting on this front since Meredith passed away.
Yeah. No.
And then after that, there was this snowball effect of things that happened in my personal life that just kind of from C getting sick to losing my nephew, and a whole bunch of family members, and then even recently my brother passing away.
Right.
And it's like, you know what, dude, fucking if you need some fucking help, get it. Cause like
yeah, that's true.
Even if this shit is temporary, this is the best I have felt in months and months and months and months and months.
Right. Yeah, it's like it really is all in your head, isn't it?
It really is. Anyway, enough about me. How are you, Daphne?
Oh, how about telling the peoples what day it is?
Oh yeah, good morning, losers. It is April 25th, 2025, and this is the Ragin 2.
The vlog show.
Well, here something.
Right.
Now I feel like Frasier. Oh shit! And you're Daphne.
What? Yeah. Yeah, I am. I'm here to ruin your life.
Jesus. You ready for this shit?
Absolutely not. But hit it.
Trigger warning, fuck you.
And fuck you.
Oh my goodness. So hello everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Ragin 2 Vlogs show. Cheaper than therapy. So oh yeah, there we go. So that's everybody. Done serotonin syndrome mania. There's no feeling good there.
Okay, good, because like I feel fucking great. And today's my first day off of the Zoloft for the transition onto the Cymbalta. And it's really fucking weird because it kind of tapered off on both. And then today I only took one, and I'm just like, hey yo.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Melissa, Rob, HR,
Yes.
Lorraine, Lou. Hello. And yes, I see you, our beautiful eyeball people watching us. Yeah. Watching us from regions beyond. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're watching us from Facebook, come on over to YouTube, join the sexy people in the chat, keep them company. Also, Facebook has a tendency to act up. So, if you want to actually have conversations with us in real time, we're more likely to see your comments on YouTube than on Facebook. So,
especially because I always forget to go live on Facebook.
well, but they keep changing the settings anyway. So there's only so much you can keep. So, like I said, while you're here, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever any of our shows go live. And and yeah, I guess we might as well just get this started. So hello, everyone. My name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I've been self-publishing comics since 1992, and you know what that means.
Emotional damage.
And I am known for the furry fantasy adventure Tall Tales and my medieval fantasy drama Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, which is on Kickstarter right now in its last 3 weeks on Kickstarter. It's for issue 10 of this 16-issue series. But in the meantime, you can read both my comics online at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, and Tall Tales, TAILS online.com. And you can check out all my videos on how I make my comics here on YouTube at Daphne Lage, LAGE which also simulcasts through the Indie Comics Network. And to tell you more about it, not sponsored by Pfizer.
Nita. At this point, we'll take it.
I don't even know if Pfizer does make Cymbalta. I don't know who makes that.
I don't know either. I just make up these names and pretend to know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, my name is Nita Lanning, and I have the YouTube channel that's the Indie Comics Network. It's me and my friends. We stream comics and stuff.
Right.
And stuff.
And stuff. And stuff.
And stuff.
Right. Oh my goodness. But it's like I want the Zoloft to keep from killing
everybody.
You
you thought I had anger issues before.
Yeah. Look, when they have to put Mike Tyson on that shit, you know it's serious.
Yeah. Like Zoloft can make people serial killers, like
right,
for real.
Yeah.
Like you be a little careful with that one.
Right, yeah.
It'll have you crawling in your skin.
Zoloft, I think, is the starter pack. Is the mental health starter pack. Right before no, that's true. That's true. Yeah. I think Lorraine had to have her cats on Prozac for a little bit too. So yeah, everybody has anxiety for you. Oh my goodness. Right. Because that's exactly. That's the starter pack.
But seriously though, Zoloft was like this. This is seriously my mood on Zoloft. It's helping me because I was awake.
Right.
I was awake. Right. But I was mad about it.
Right.
Like,
good grief,
shit. This one is like sunshine and rainbows.
Right.
I couldn't decide if I was feeling like Dolly Parton or Eminem this morning.
Oh no. Like, well, that's
torn between 9 to 5 and Lose Yourself for my wake up music.
Either one. Yeah, really. Oh my goodness. So I guess it's like I just wanted to hold on, let me get my screen up here. So I just want to I want the entire screen. This one. Okay, so so I just want and Mom Spaghetti. I just want to thank everybody who supported Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, issue 10 right now. Thank you to the 98 backers who raised $27.86 on this campaign. Thank you so much. I officially kind of officially sort of started issue 11. I just really just felt like getting a panel out of the way. You know how it's like you kind of like you feel like you just do one thing to kind of feel like you're getting it started, but you're not really working on it just yet.
Yeah.
So yesterday I worked on a panel on issue 11. So technically I started issue 11, although I'm not going to start it in earnest until May. Just to kind of get like there's still a bunch of stuff that I'm still working on right now. So I just want to get that stuff out of the way, and then I just want to be able to concentrate on Eager Raven. But yeah, but
right. Can't hurt you.
Nah, the shipping, yeah. You look, you know how
stupid.
it is, Mike Jimmy. It's like I have no control over the shipping, and you know, unfortunately, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, it's like I know it's like paying double, you know, for a book is just, yeah. Look, yeah, I'm sorry, I have no control over that. But yeah, but thank you everybody for supporting the campaign. The link is in the chat and in the show notes. And if I did I do this correctly? Did I do this? Yes, I did. And I want to thank everybody who also supported Tenchi Muyu.
Oh, holy shit.
Yeah, we actually, I think we made goal sometime over the night. So we are currently at $53,092. This is a book that me, Jose / JD, and Matthew Lunsford worked back on in 97. Jose did the writing, Matthew did the artwork, and I did the lettering. So, you know, that's my claim to fame on this project. So Armiger Entertainment had gotten the rights from this project since we've originally published it through Pioneer P Anime. And yeah, so we just made goal. We're now at $53,092. Thank you to the 516 backers who have pledged. And for everybody wondering, this is kind of just the beginning. Depending on how this campaign funds at the very end will determine whether we will be able to continue this series. Thank you, Mike Jimmy. Thank you. That we will be able to continue the series. There was originally the intention to do another series, to do another like spin-off of this. It was supposed to be an 18-issue series, but nefarious circumstances got in the way and kept Pioneer from even able to move forward with the project. So depending on how this campaign goes, you might actually see more Tenchi Muyu adventures from Matthew and Jose, and maybe if they allow me to letter it. See my lettering too. I don't know. But yeah, so it's not even the first week, and we pledged, we funded. So again, thank you so much. And the link to Tenchi Muyu is also in the chat as well. So I thought I might as well just get that out of the way. But it's still kind of a mind fuck having those two campaigns side to side. I know I said that I was okay, but sometimes I'm not. But them's the breaks. It's like it's ridiculous. I keep reminding myself it's ridiculous for me to think that I could compete against a fucking anime. So it's just, like I said, my brain has been a bit all over the place, and I'm not on anything.
You should try.
I'm running on vibes, but all the wrong ones. This past week, especially, it's like anti-vibes. So I don't know. Bit in the mood. Usually, most normal people would probably call it PMS. So we'll take it.
And dude, I'm right there with you.
You're right. Yeah. I mean, I always find it funny how I think that we do the stream so much. I think that we actually synced up,
I
even
do too.
virtually, even
Like
virtually.
for
Yeah.
real.
Yeah, so what so for the I testing out a new shirt today.
Oh yeah.
Right. So as you know, I'm going to Monsterotica in Baltimore in about 2 weeks. No, in about in about 2 weeks. Monsterotica
Shit.
in
Well, that
Baltimore.
crept up, huh?
Yeah, exactly. And yesterday I decided to try out, like making a specific shirt. That could also work at a furry convention too. So I'm ready. I'm ready for both. When I decide to go to Anthrocon, I guess, because why not in the end, right? So Jose had gotten, when he was working at his previous job, they had like all these iron-on transfer sheets, those packages, those Avery packages on
Oh
clearance.
yeah.
So he got me a stack of those. So I decided to try it out. I mean, it's like it's okay. It's okay. I still have to like give it one more wash. Because they say not to wash it for 24 hours after you iron it.
Right.
So that's what I just have to do. So I just figure I just try it on. White is not exactly my color. But it's all I had. Also the iron-on transfers it's supposed to only work on light colored
Why is
shirts.
that?
What?
Why do they only apply to light colored clothing?
This particular one, yeah, I think that the ones for dark colored shirts, it has like an extra layer on it, and it's more plasticky. It's like it's made with a different material. I ended up ruining the last one for the dark material by accident. It's like, even though I tested it and everything, I ended up ruining it because there's this sticky back.
Thank you,
Oh,
Michael.
thank you, Michael. There's this sticky back that I forgot to take off before I ironed it onto the shirt and just completely ruined it. So that's
Whoops.
why I ended up on a white shirt. At least the black shirt, came out unscathed. So it's like, okay. So, but now I only have white shirts. So, but I think it's okay. I don't know. I feel kind
I
of like
think
a
it's
little
cute.
weird. I still feel kind of like a little weird. Like, you know what it is? Like, this is the type of shirt that I would have worn in my 20s. I mean, it's like, I don't know. And it's just
Don't
like,
judge.
and it's just like now it just feels like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just like I said, either way, it'll work at Monsterotica and it'll
Grab a
also
flannel. Grab
right.
a flannel.
No, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. Well, actually, not if it stays hot like this, but I am bringing like one of my short sleeve button downs, just to kind of like feel a little bit more put together, but it will work. At least this will work at both Monsterotica and Furry and Anthrocon when I decide to go back to that. So, so we're good. We're good. Good grief. What happened? Nothing. Yeah. Oh well.
Nothing.
Nothing. It's the Cymbalta talking.
It
Right.
does weird things.
Yeah. So we're
a flannel. You need a flannel. You need some Doc Martens,
right,
and you need that silver ball bearing necklace. And I feel like, yeah, I get it. Hey, girl.
No, Nita. Oh.
Oh wait,
no,
my bad.
no, Nita.
Don't hit me with the horny stick.
Get a spray bottle. And also, also I've been dealing with shit falling off of my walls on the office again.
Fuck.
Yeah,
all the sunlight you get, it cooks the fucking adhesive.
Right, yeah. And it's like, and I just got so fed up with it that I cleared off the wall where everything keeps that everything kept falling off. And then I just said screw, because it's like, so like several years ago I redid the office and I swore that I wasn't going to put holes in the walls anymore. But after yesterday, it's like, okay, the thing is, I just hung up little tacks just to hang up actual framed stuff on the wall so that I don't have like this blank spot here. And then it's like, whatever. And then it's like anything else that just kept falling off the walls, I just took them down and just left it at that. So I was like dealing with that yesterday, just kind of like, just putting stuff back together and just trying to like figure out, okay, like do I really need to have stuff hanging here if it's just going to keep falling off? So, also because of that, I figured out like how to deal with my second monitor that's over here. Because I have it on top of my scanner right now, which makes using the scanner difficult. I always have to pull the monitor off and unplug everything just to access the scanner. But because of all the stuff that fell off the walls, I was now able to see exactly where I could hang the monitor with a monitor arm, and it'll be in the same place. So when I need it, I just have to just
pull it out.
And then when I don't need it, I just put it back on the wall. And because of my background on my computer, it just looks like another framed piece. So I'm getting the monitor arm today. So I'm going to be dealing with that. Again, I didn't want to put holes in the wall, but you know what? Now I just have to put strategic holes in the wall. Because I do not want my monitor to can't take you anywhere. Can't take you anywhere.
No, all this talking about holes and putting stuff in and out.
Right.
The motion. It was the motion that did it. You like to pull it in and out, Daphne. It's greatness. I love talking about remodeling.
Yes, we are talking about remodeling. So I have the monitor going up on the wall, so at least that way it doesn't get in the way of my scanner. So I have to deal with that. But yeah, I'm constant. Oh, and then on top of everything, it's a good thing that I did not get rid of my chair, because I already am up to here with the saddle chair. Maybe it just means I have to start exercising again. Maybe that's just what it means. Especially now that it's nice out. I could finally go outside and start doing something, because I had to bring my other chair back, because already it's like every chair, no matter what chair I'm in, a different part of me starts to hurt. When it's the racer chair, it's all, really, I have to start doing that. I have to go back to that. The racer chair, all the pain was in my shoulders and neck. This chair, all my pain was in my legs. The saddle chair, all the pain's in the center of my back. And it's like, this is ridiculous. Maybe that's what it is. I just need, it's like the goddamn
wherever you're dispersing your weight to balance when you draw.
Yeah, exactly. And because it's a different chair, it affects a different part, and it's just like really super annoying. So it's like, yes, I had to. So at least this confirms that I shouldn't get rid of this chair, so that when I want to use it, I have it, as opposed to like regretting getting rid of it. So there we go. So we're on that thing. Also part of my non-vibes that I've been dealing with this week. If I hear the word hustle one more fucking time, I'm going to strangle somebody.
Hustle.
Only because you'd like it.
I'm into that shit.
Right. Oh my goodness. Because I don't know. Like I said, having these two campaigns side by side, and just like I said, it's like logically I know not to be affected by this, but it's still a mind fuck, And and then it's like ever since I stopped watching Artist Alley, people, women who work in the artist alley, who do artist alleys at conventions, I kind of weaned myself off of that. Yeah, I even had to buy an adapter for my desk too. I have a standing desk adapter on my desk, so I have all the options.
She gets all the attachments.
Yeah, I have all.
Me too.
Yeah, sure. We're talking about office remodeling still, for everybody just catching it. So, so it's like I started watching more, just kind of like just regular artist vlogs, which keeps reminding me that I still have to do my, that I still have to do my next episode, but I've just been kind of like all over the place and not really being able to concentrate on recording. So I started watching more artist vlogs, office vlogs and whatnot. And it's like there's still a lot of people who are really wrapped up in that, oh, you gotta out hustle everybody. That's how you succeed. And it's like, what the reason that they succeed and you don't is because they're working harder than you are, and blah blah blah. And it's like, no, they're not.
I'm so glad we're past that shit.
And it's like
4 years.
It's like it's like that. Like, I'm really tired of that hustle culture thing. Oh, your side hustle, everything's a hustle, and this, that, and the other thing. And and it's just like, especially now, it's like, what? I cannot out hustle Tenchi Muyo.
No.
It's like, no matter what I do, it's like, no, there is absolutely nothing I can do that it's like, I cannot out hustle Tenchi Muyo.
No,
I cannot out hustle.
Never have time for hookers and
Transformers. I can never. No. I can never out hustle G.I. Joe. I can never out hustle Dan Mendoza. Like, there are just certain things. There just comes a point, right, where, well, there comes a point in the hustle where it becomes self-perpetuating. And then you don't technically need the hustle anymore, but it's like, but the work is still there, right? But there's also a point too where it's like, I cannot. Yeah, it's like, I just can't. There just comes a point where it's like, what? There's only so much I can do. I am literally just one person. This is the reason why, when Randy asked on Jose's show, it's like, if you had an unlimited budget, what was the first thing you would do differently for marketing? And Madeline. Who the fuck is right? Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Madeline. She says, "Oh, I'd hire a team to do the marketing for me."
Right.
Because it's like, there's just come a point as like, as an individual, it's like, you cannot, you just can't.
Right.
And here's the thing too. It's like, and if your hustle is so dependent on you being the one doing it, then what happens if for some reason you can't do it? Right? It's like, then does that mean that all the work that you did before stops because you can't do it for some reason or another? And it's like, and I'm just like, kind of like really tired. So I've been really like weeding out like artists who try to pull that whole, oh, it's the hustle. No, fuck you. It's, it's like, I'm not saying
now. Some of them are just repeating it, Daphne. Right. They don't even know what they're saying.
Right.
Their idea of hustling is getting up in the morning, smoking a big fat joint, jacking off, going sitting at a drawing desk, sketching out some fucking pictures, and then going to play video games.
Right. Like, in no particular order. Yeah, in no particular order.
It's just how they roll.
Right. Yeah. So yeah. So I was just like, just weeding out those.
Oh, my dude.
What happened? Oh, snap, Jake. All coming in with the truths. We don't live in a hustle culture. We live in a self-exploitation culture. Oh my God.
Take us to church, my dude.
Really? Oh my God. I wish I had I wish I had my running bell here because it's like that's exactly we'll settle for jingling some keys, jingling some keys, but yeah, but
I lost my keys too.
right, yeah.
Fuck.
But that's what it is. And you know what? And so I've been like weeding out, those types of artists as well, because usually they're just repeating shit that they heard. And it's kind of like that thing where it's like, well, if I repeat it enough times, it'll be true.
Fake it till you make it.
Right. But then there's just sometimes that it's like, there's no faking it.
Grind
There's
it
no
till you
faking
find
it. And I hate to say it. Sometimes there's no making it either. you know? You know, so in the end, it's like, we really have to kind of like sit down and really think about, it's like, okay, what am I actually doing? What am I doing here? It's like, what am I doing? What exactly? The burnout. Oh yeah, already, I mean, for real, and I think that's kind of like where I'm at right now, that it's like, what's funny is that it's not that I'm feeling burned out, but I'm on my own work, but like I'm burned out on this bullshit pressure that that so many people feed each other, not because it actually works, but because they need the bullshit to be true to justify why they're practically killing themselves to do shit. And it's like, and I'm really tired of that part. I'm not tired of my work.
Right.
It's like,
tired of work. I'm tired of this goddamn industry.
I mean, it's like, it's kind of like, the bullshit that it perpetuates.
Right.
No, you are not on the cusp of something. I mean,
I am. It's just not $1 million.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
I'm gonna be a millionaire.
Wow, it's like a dozenaire. I mean, so that's kind of like, so like I said, I've been kind of like trying to weed these people out. And it's like, so in the end, it's like, I decided, it's like, what, it's like, what exactly, am I doing? What is it that I really want to do? It's like if, it's like, okay, so it's like everything is where it's at, it's like no matter what, so what do I do with the information that I have now? Right. So I had been like really like setting up my online store, trying to figure out, I'm gonna have enough pizza money for two. Ooh, don't eat it all in one sitting. You're gonna have to save it.
Do not tell Melissa how to live her life. Okay.
Oh no.
You're not her real dad.
Yeah. Also, before I kind of get too far in the weeds with this, I forgot to mention, so Tall Tales, for all the comic book stores that still exist, Tall Tales is back in furlough. This is the I guess this is the latest issue, 198. I think it was like solicited for March, but Jose just got it from DCBS. So so for those of you who don't know what Tall Tales is, we're in furlough. We're back in furlough. We were in furlough before when it was published. It was originally published by AP, went over to Radio Comics. We were oh my God, don't break my heart there. It's like so we were in Radio Comics version of furlough for a while. I think it was like I don't know, like I forgot how many issues we were in. And now that it's back at Antarctic Press, we are now back in furlough for as long as Antarctic Press is printing it, depending on what's going on with the Alliance/Diamond deal. Jake says people who sell the narrative hustling are feedback buyers of that narrative they sell. They're their own customers, and it's a psyop on your creative soul. Oh my God. Really, for real. But yeah, I mean, no, but the thing that Melissa said, though, is like, we keep telling the AI bros we do this for fun. Now we have to convince ourselves, have to remind ourselves of that. Oh my God. So I've been like setting up my store, and like I said, I have this whole, like alpha boyfriends thing that I'm working on. I'm bringing back House of Bob. I showed it the other day where it's like I have the next sketchbook done, and I'm doing a whole series of prints and stickers to go with it. Kind of like expand on the I guess like the merchandising of it, but still keeping it simple enough that I don't have to worry about like, oh, well, I have to do standees, I have to do keychains, it's like, no, it's like everything that I'm doing, I'm going to be able to do pretty much in the States. So I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. So the other thing that I was doing is that I talked about this a bit on my Wednesday show. Where I've been going through like all my inventory and like really kind of like reassessing how to do this again. I swear to God, it's kind of like I'm starting all over again. It never feels like I gained traction. It always feels like I'm just starting over again. So I have some leftover stickers and leftover prints from the House of Bob campaign, and it's like, and I didn't want to do anything until House of Bob that campaign was done. So what I started doing was going back to, I guess, my older convention scene thing that I used to do, right? So I have like the leftover prints of this Rocket Raccoon print that I have. Okay. So what I did was I put like a little hanging tab on the back of it. And then I put like a branding sticker on the back. And then what I'm going to do is at Baltimore, I'm going to like, I have these hooks, and then I'm just going to hang it on my display like that. So it's kind of like a little neater than having to go through like a binder or something. So so I did that, right? So I took the extra prints that I have. I don't have that many, but it's enough that I can take it to Baltimore. And then what I started doing, I started taking
Morning,
all
Tank.
of my, all my leftover buttons and stuff. And what I did, it's like, I did this years ago, and I just like, and I found the files and I just fixed them and did it again. So what I did is I took all my leftover buttons, and this was a magnet that I had forgotten that I had, and I made little packs. So
goodie bags.
I made these little goodie bags. So I'm also going to be taking these to Baltimore, and then again have them on the peg, so that it's like it's like that on the wire rack.
Right.
So, and I think that looks a lot nicer, right? And mind you, the tags were like really easy to make. I just ran them on index paper off my color printer, and that's pretty much it. And it's like, and then it's like, that's just a standard hole punch that I used. Nothing fancy. It's everything that I had in the house already. So I did that to kind of like consolidate like all the leftover stuff. So this is another one that I have. This is kind of like all the kind of like the little weirdo stickers that I had. So it's like I have my Breaking Bad Minion one, I have my Chibi Skeletor, and I have my Uncle Mikey sticker as a set, because I thought that they kind of worked well together. So I did those, and I don't know, it kind of felt nice consolidating everything. And also there is something, this was very satisfying to make, the little tag and putting them together and stapling it. I mean, it was very satisfying.
Well, that's your thing.
Yeah,
like rounding corners and hole punching.
Right, yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, I forgot to round the corners on these. But that's okay.
Shit.
That's fine.
No, you'll want to do that because they'll catch if you don't when you're flipping through them, like pulling them off the peg.
But but I thought that these were like, yeah, and also I really did appreciate the crafty, like working on it, the crafting aspect of putting these together. And I was just thinking, like, and then it's like when I have them on Baltimore, just sell any of these packs, any pack for like $5, just to kind of like, look, it has multiple stickers. This one has a magnet in it. I'm waiting for some other bags to come in because I have these Nick Fury stickers that I made, and I have the matching button, right? But I don't have bags that fit for it. So this is going to be another one that I'm going to be working on. So I'll have this at Baltimore as well. I'm just waiting for the bags to come in. Oh yeah, so here are like kind of like the loose tags that I made. I mean, it's just a really simple, it's just my logo with my QR code, and that goes to the website, and that's it. And then it's like I just use this those folder things just to fold it. I don't even bother scoring it. And and I just staple it. And it's just like really easy. Like I said, I had the papers already. This is the smaller one. So I made like different sizes. And yeah, like I said, there's just something very this is another set that I have. This is my Rocket Raccoon. Like, so this only has Rocket Raccoon stuff in it. So this one has the larger sticker. It has the magnet, and I guess like the leftover of a single button. Oh, there we go. You see, the only thing, look at that. I have to just staple it again. It wasn't even stapled. It was just like barely hanging on. So I got to fix this. So, but that's all it is. It's just a one staple, and that's it. Let me just put this one to the side. So like I said, it was very satisfying. It was very satisfying to make this.
It's very satisfying when you do things with your hands. Like, I am. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, but one more thing too. So, because ever since the whole tariffs thing, right, something odd happened on my YouTube channel. Now, I have this video. It's like
tell you what, Michael, DM me your address.
What?
I told him DM me his address. I'll send him an Eager Raven pin.
Oh well, those are acrylic.
Oh, well, this is buttons. Yeah, I'm thinking of a button.
Yeah.
You do need to
like I don't
like that Oswald one JD did, that enamel. God, that was so sexy.
Thought about it, but it's like, especially nowadays, it's the tariffs. I mean, it's like
it's all about the shop closed.
It's
closed for 7 days.
Oh no. It's doing restocking. It's doing inventory.
Jesus Christ, I hope not, because we've already pulled 4 off the shelves, and that's never again. Like, that's what I'm saying. That fucking, wherever Jose had that fucking pin done, they did a phenomenal job.
Yeah. It's like, like I said, it's like, for me, it's just very difficult for me to like get into merchandising. I don't know why. That's why I'm trying to keep what I'm doing now like really simple.
But I get that, and I respect you for it. But hear me out. I want one fucking spectacular piece of merch before the fucking series is through to have of our girl. Like one
That would
collectible
be
piece. I mean, we do have the metal bookmarks, but it's
yeah,
not the same as just
right.
an, man, give me a pen for my board, dude.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
We've been doing this for years, Daph.
yeah. Yeah. I know. I know. It's just that I don't know. It's like, what it is? I think it's because I haven't come up with the right design for it yet. Like nothing. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to take a while for me to think about that. But you are right, though. There needs to be something
Even
substantial.
to go with fucking issue 15.
Yeah.
16.
16. Yeah, something
Yeah.
for the final issue extravaganza.
Right. A good solid a solid collectible for those who stuck with you.
Yeah, that's true. That would be. Yeah, we could probably figure that out. Oh,
honestly, I want a plush, but that's not going to happen.
Oh no, that is absolutely not going to happen.
But the fucking enamel pin, man. I'll even chip in for that.
Right. I mean, because I would have liked to have done like those little
for the peoples.
Keychains. Yeah, for the peoples. I would have liked to have done one of those little plush keychains, but not in this economy.
Bro.
Not in this economy, but so
that's what I'm saying.
And because of this economy, right? So the whole tariffs thing is going to obviously be affecting a lot of people who do a lot of merchandise for artist alleys and whatnot. And there was kind of like this joke going around that everyone's going back into their attics looking for their their button machines, and they're pulling out their laminators and everything. And my most popular video on my YouTube is how to make bookmarks for Artist Alley. And it's literally like you take a photocopy, you laminate it, you put a hole in it, you put a tassel in it, and you're good to go. That's literally all it is. You can't get any simpler than that, right? But it shot up again to my #1 most viewed video in the last couple of weeks. And it made me remember, it's like, I kind of wonder where all those originals are anyway for those bookmarks. And that was also another thing that I was doing. Part of, like fixing the office is going through, my art storage, and trying to find those originals. And I found them. So the thing is, though, right, is that I didn't realize that I had made them smaller than a standard than the bookmarks that I'm making now, which is like 2x7. I don't know why I did the size the way I did them, like so small, but so I did find. So this is one of the originals, right? So just to give you a comparison, so this is a bookmark that I did for one of the previous Eagle Raven campaigns, and it's 2x7. But for some reason, my original bookmarks is a lot smaller. Let me see. What is this? It's about 2x6. 2x6.
I got one.
Right.
With the tassel,
right? So so I don't know why I did that. And I was like, oh man, it's not going to fit in the
my sexy boy.
It's not going to fit in the plastic. So then what I did, taking a cue from my display when I was decorating my grid display, I just took paper that I had already. I took some Bristol and I just printed up just a pattern on the front and back. And then I glued the original to it. So now it's actually, now when it slides in the slip, it's actually pretty sturdy.
And I like the fucking back.
Right. Yeah. And the back, it's not, so when I found an Eagle Raven one, I did the same thing. I trimmed it slightly. So I trimmed it slightly so that you could see some of the pattern in the front.
Right.
And then just glued it
I
on.
really like that.
Yeah. And now it fits, and it's like, just feels nicer, so
it slides in the perfect fit.
Yeah, perfect fit. Because we're talking about bookmarks.
Yes, bookmarks. Bookmarks.
So so these are all original. So all of these are one of a kind. So now it's like, so now combining it with the hanging tags, I bought a cellophane bag that this will go in the bag, and then I could put my hanging tag on it, because I'm not really sure if this part is supposed to, like, it looks like it's supposed to fold down, but it doesn't look very nice. So I was thinking with the bags, I can keep it flat like that, have the tassel, right? And then it'll have the hanging tag. And then whoever buys it.
Are you doing a Demented Wonderland set?
This is okay. So this one is American
Holy
McGee.
shit.
This is
Nice.
American McGee Alice, right? So I have a set of those. And then I have the standard Alice. Then I have the standard Alice to go with it. And then just to show you how old.
And those are on your store?
Not yet. And then I have the live action Alice. So I have the three sets. I have the three Alices. So yeah, so and then I did like a whole bunch of, and then the rest of it is just all like Disney princesses. So these were like really popular, and I tried to make sure, and I tried to get like all the unusual Disney princesses too, just to represent, So these are some of the originals. I have these.
Nice.
Yeah. And then it's like I have like the standard Disney princesses. So these are all originals. And at least the fact that these are original pieces, I don't feel as annoyed that they're technically fan art. Because I kind of, because I did fan art before,
right?
Prince, and in the end, what I learned from that is that the people who collect fan art are not interested in my original stuff, and I've tried that already. It's okay. You're one out of many.
Look at the picture of this fucking wall.
Yeah, I know. It's like so. So I discontinued the fan art prints as quickly as I started doing them.
Oh my God, I can't even get all your covers in a shot.
Right, so right, but so what you're probably taking pictures of is the fan art, kind of like the fan art sketch covers
Disney
that I did.
I've got the Disney covers. I've got
which I don't feel bad doing fan art as original artwork, as
the only one I forgot that I kept trying. I was like, I'm gonna get that cover so I get some money. I'm gonna get that cover, and then it fucking disappeared. Was Applejack? It's like,
that one. Yeah, that one sold really quickly. That one sold really quickly. I had like one guy at a convention like buy 8 of them at the same time. I mean, it was just like ridiculous. There was one that I kind of missed. I know that now I can do a better version of it. It was Elsa as Iron Man. It was really fun.
What? I never even saw that.
Yeah, it was Elsa as Iron Man. It was just really funny. It was just like one of these dopey sketch crossovers, and I thought, oh, that one's funny. So I have to redo that one. So at least I have a nice stack of originals that I can put up both in the store and take to Baltimore with me. And that's kind of like what I figure like I'm going to like focus on, like trying to get my store done. So it's like, like very simple merchandise, keep them as sets. Right. Because that was the one thing that we were talking about the last time with these is like, should I sell the stickers separately or should I combine them with the prints? And we kind of like, even the chat kind of agreed that, yeah, we should sell them as sets. That I should sell them as sets.
Right.
Because I think also that gives like a better value, I think, for the money that people oh yeah. It was a little, this was at Eternal Con. And yeah, it was like this little kid, right? And he's like, he wanted an Applejack, and it's like, and all I had like was like these little trading cards size, and it's like, and mind you, at the time, it's like I had to like look it up, and it's like, oh my god, who the fuck is Applejack? And I did and it's like, and I did this little sketch, and this kid kept like holding the picture the entire time he was at the convention. So I think he liked it, At least he didn't eat it like the Maurice Sendak story, where a parent had written a fan letter to Maurice Sendak saying how his kid loved his artwork and this, that, and the other thing. And I don't remember if the guy asked for a sketch, but Maurice sent him an original sketch, like a Wild Thing sketch.
Holy cow, how cool.
And then soon after that, he got another letter from the same person saying the kid loved the sketch so much he ate it.
Jesus Christ.
And Maurice Sendak said that there was no greater love. That there was no, that he couldn't have felt a greater love than a child.
And how appropriate.
Than a child eating his artwork.
Jesus.
Although what's funny is that was a scene in Red Dragon, wasn't it? When it wasn't a Francis Bacon? I think it was, like when the Ralph Fiennes, was it Ralph Fiennes' character where he eats the Francis Bacon painting of the Red Dragon, of the drag, the Francis, so it's like kind of like that, but less evil. So I think, like, so in the end, it's like the whole hustle thing just kind of like has me on an edge, and it's just like, what? This has nothing to do with me. All these artists trying to pretend that, hustle, you have to hustle, side hustle, this, that, and the other. William Blake. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. That one. Although I swear to God, it's like there's something about seeing a Francis Bacon in person as well. We were at the Museum of Modern Art, like the things like last year, for a Guillermo exhibit, and they had a whole wall of like a whole corridor that had nothing but Francis Bacon paintings, and to kind of like walk through that corridor, it was like the modern equivalent of walking through a corridor of Goyas. Like they had a Goya exhibit at the Metropolitan Museum, and we were meeting somebody, so we couldn't like stay long enough to see it, so we kind of like raced through that corridor. But still, though, it was just seeing those paintings for that how it was just like breathtaking. It's like the power of actual artwork. It's like no digital artwork has ever made me feel that way. And certainly no AI slop. So I was just like, so I just kind of like, I don't know, I had gotten the whole like hustle thing in my head, and it was just like, that hustle bullshit has nothing to do with me. It's like I'm competing. What am I competing with? It's like, in the end, it's like, what am I competing with? It's like, if it's all about the money, get a job. Like, I say that all the time, right? If it's just about the money, get a fucking job. It's a lot easier. You'll make more money, working at Chipotle than trying to manufacture, a hit Kickstarter. I mean, really, well, at least in New York, you'll make more money at Chipotle.
Yeah, not here.
You know? Um, but that's kind of like, it's like, just get a job. If it's just about the money, just get a job. It's like, then it's like you're not worrying about spending money on a comic that's just going to like break even on Kickstarter, because that's what the average Kickstarter does. The average Kickstarter, 75% of us are lucky if we break even. So if it's just about the money, if you're just getting into artwork for the money, get a job. But if you're doing the artwork because you have this need to do the artwork, then hustle has nothing to do with it. Like I said, I was watching a fine artist. Like I said, he sells his shit at Art Basel, in Miami and wherever. And, and he says the only way to get ahead at these, at these shows is to be technically better than everybody else. That your foundational skills are on point. It had nothing to do with, oh, you got to learn to market yourself better. It's like, no, you have to put out a painting that is so skilled. The hustle is in your skill, not in your marketing, because there's only so much you can do there. There's only so much self-exploitation you can do. It's like, I would rather, honestly put that effort that I'm pouring into like trying to read the marketing tea leaves. In the end, I would rather put that effort into making better artwork, making better product. That's where I would rather hustle. Is in the service of my artwork, not in the service of this amorphous thing, right? Hustling is putting the ego before the process, a trustless effort. Oh my God, Jake. That's yeah. I mean, it's like, no, it's like it's like, because like I said, this whole Tenchi thing is just like, it really, it put me in a headspace, but at the same time, it's like, now I understand what's happening. Now I understand what's going on. And I'm putting my effort in all the wrong places. I could read all the marketing books. I can, it's like, I can, like I said, just like try to read the tea leaves, but it's like, also at the same time, if I'm the only one that can push the marketing forward, what happens when I can't do that? And it's like, you know what? Then, I need to put my effort someplace else. So, so when I found all these originals, right? And I do have more originals yeah, exactly. So I'm just gonna just really just focus on this. Just kind of like bring it back. It's like, you know what? Let me spend that effort on working on issue 11 and 12 and 13 up to 16. Let me finish my novelization. Let me work on, original. Lou says, I think it depends where you're trying to sell, if it's considered a hustle or not. Some cons feels like a popularity contest. Right. And trust, we've seen we've seen people with significantly less talent. It's because their skill is in their hustle, not in their work.
We
it's
talk about them dudes having skint knees.
Right. And it's like, you know what? I'd rather it be the other way around. I'd rather my skill be in my work than how well than whether I can pressure somebody into buying it.
Oh my gosh.
Because it's like, because if I'm creating a product that people want, I don't have to say a word. I mean, because it's like, if you know what? If I want something, you don't have to say anything. So it's like, yeah. So yeah, it's like if I
So shut the fuck up, people.
Yeah, the hustle. It's not. Yeah, it's like, no. The hustle is the fantasy that you're trying to sell yourself, that you're working hard. Because what happens is that when you put all your thoughts like, oh, if I work hard, I'll be successful. That's and it's like, and the dirty little secret is that that's not how it works. That's the dirty little secret. Working hard does not guarantee that it'll work. And just because it works doesn't mean they did a lot. Do you think the guy who made millions off of selling pet rocks hustled? He came up with a stupid idea that clicked.
Right.
So yeah, so that's kind of like, yeah, so I'm just like in this weird mental state. Well, then again, that's kind of like all the time. But right. It is the end of the month. We're just about the end of the month. It's usually when I start having these thoughts.
We're at the end of the quarter.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's like, you know what? I'm going to forever call it self-exploitation. It's not hustle anymore. How well can you self-exploit? And like, you know what? I'm not about
self-exploit very well.
Well, it depends on what you're doing. We're talking about marketing.
Oh yeah, that too.
Right? But it's not, because like I said, it's like we end up tying
that one I'm getting certified in
success. We tie up success with how hard we're working. So what happens when you don't become successful? That's why it's like, that's also another thing. Oh, it's because you don't work hard enough. You don't work hard enough. It's like, look, I'm fucking tired all the time. Don't tell me I'm not working hard enough. Because in the end, it's not about working hard. Or at least working hard in the wrong places. Like I said, I would rather. You know what? Let me wrap this up because Nita's bugging.
I'm not. I'm good. I didn't say a word.
Yeah. But the point being, it's like, you know what? It's like, if doing up until this point got me this much, and it doesn't seem to matter if I double my effort, then you know what? Let me put that effort elsewhere. It's not selling an idea, but nudging the buyer to believe they had your idea. Oh my God. Oh, no. But yeah, I guess, because it's like, I guess the point is that, if people want, like there are things that I never knew that I didn't know I want until it existed. Like if you had asked me, do you want this thing? It's like, I have no idea what that is. But then when I see that thing, it's like, oh, I want it. Even though I had no idea it existed before now. Right. And in the end, that's kind of like what we're working, right? You know what? Maybe there's a point. Yeah, that probably, I don't know if I got the intention of what Jake just said, but yeah, it's like, you know what? When people want something, you don't have to say a word. It's like, there's going to be people who are going to see, who are going to see this dopey little thing and go, I need that. And I'm not going to have to say anything.
Right.
There are people who are going to see the Eagle Raven oh, cool. They're going to see the Eagle Raven campaign and go, I need that, without me saying anything. And in the end, those are the people that I have to find, the people that I don't have to say anything to. Right. Because if I have to convince you, because also it's also another thing too. If I have to pressure you / convince you, it's like, are you really going to stay a fan? Are you really, if it's not for sale, they want it more. That's also another thing too. But it's like, are these going to remain fans if you pressured them into buying something? Because I know if I feel pressured into buying something, I'm never going to interact with you again over it.
Right.
But like I said, it's like I've been in kind of like a weird headspace. So I'm hoping, maybe once I finally like get the monitor arm and get my kind of like disorganized bit of office back together, that I'll feel a little bit better. But yeah, no more hustling. Because hustling is a myth. Hustling is a myth. The hard work is real.
Right.
The hard work is real. But yeah. So any thoughts, Nina? Yeah.
I gotta go check on my kids.
Oh. Oh my goodness.
My Skyrim kids.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Well, what came out yesterday? The Switch 2?
No, something, I don't know what the fuck came out yesterday, but yesterday I happened to
there was a line at GameStop.
Yeah, and I know Oblivion came out, a revamped version of Oblivion. The Switch, the Switch 2, I think, did come out. Oh yeah, Oblivion Shadow dropped.
Right.
But for me, it was, I finally got around to seeing what my mom gave me of my brothers.
Right.
And holy shit, Daphne, I've always been a console person. I now have Travis's gaming PC that he had just started like putting big upgrades into.
Oh.
Holy shit. I got Steam and fucking put Skyrim on that bitch, and it is like a new fucking game. And I was playing on a PS4 Pro.
So you get one of those like really souped up models?
Oh my,
it's like glow in the dark and have the glow
and get this, I can now do gaming and simul stream. So I'm gonna end up setting it up back here to where I can connect to and whatever and share screen or whatnot. But it is fucking gorgeous.
You're gonna start streaming to Twitch now?
I don't know. I might, and then I'm also gonna get Oblivion and play it too. So
right, I playing Oblivion.
But look, dude, and when those fucking effects came up, and it was like
right.
And I started looking at those fucking graphics. It's still a little glitchy because it's Bethesda, but like the fucking water and just like there's survival mode where you have to stay warm. You have to be sure to eat and rest. And it's like, oh my God, it just made it. So I'm back to it.
Right.
I got my kids. I got Lydia till I decided to kill her for her armor and remarry or get married. And
right. Just don't get just be wary of arrows aimed at your knee.
Dude, my whole point, like I am totally 100% on Team PC now.
Right.
After fucking seeing the difference, like holy shit.
Well, yeah, because it's like, a PC is not, pretty much is not proprietary equipment. Like I would think,
and the ability to mod. So like now I'm not like fuck you, Lydia. I could be like fuck you, Lydia.
Oh no.
If I wanted to, if I wanted to, but I don't do that stuff again.
We'll never make any money on this channel.
One day I'll fucking Skyrim is gorgeous. Gorgeous. And I'm excited to see Oblivion now. But then I also am like so old school that I was like playing an 8-bit dungeon pixel game too. So.
Oh, that adventure, Atari adventure.
The time of my life, like it's something Dungeon Slayer or some shit like that.
No.
It's like a knockoff of the old Dragon Warrior, which later became Dragon Quest. But anyway, it's a little knockoff of that where you walk around and then all of a sudden you're like, and it pulls you into a RPG.
I swear to God, it's like it's like I still remember the maze from Adventure by memory. Right? And the sound the chalice makes when you bring it into the castle. Oh, never mind.
I get it.
Oh my goodness. So thank you everybody in the chat for putting up with us today. Good gravy. If and big apologies to our eyeball people who had no visuals.
Poor
Who
people.
had no visuals for.
Yeah, if you're just
my
listening to this show, I'm sorry.
Right. Your boss walking in. It's like, what the fuck are you listening to? You're fired. Oh my goodness. Yeah, right. Exactly. Oh my goodness. So Pong, Pong, everybody played Pong back then. Come on. You know. Oh my goodness. So any final scheduling thoughts? Anything?
No scheduling updates or changes just yet. Doing some upgrades.
Right.
Gonna be filling out shit on the YouTube channel.
Right.
Not this weekend though. I've got plans.
Right.
I had an overdue date.
Right.
With myself
before you push her off a cliff.
Right. That's it.
Right.
And check out the show notes and the chat. Hit up those campaigns, support indie creators, blah blah blah.
Right.
You know,
the usual stuff. Right?
Yeah.
So if you want to learn more about me and my artwork and my campaigns and all of that and my other neuroses, you can head on over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS. You can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites, but I mostly post on Facebook if you're interested in seeing sketches and current work in progress updates. And remember, you can also catch me here on YouTube as well at my own channel at Daphne Lage, Lage Art, where I have an archive of over 600 videos on how I do my artwork. And you can join me for my semi-weekly art live streams Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern, where it's 2 hours of me just drawing and hanging out with the chat. It's kind of like being at a convention, but you don't have to worry about whether you're blocking my table or not. And also, you can read Eager Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn for free, uploading every day, Monday through Friday. But if you prefer your fantasy to be more of a furry Lord of the Rings adventure, you can follow the link over to Tall Tales Online. And remember, we are also being published in Furlough again as well. So you can catch Tall Tales
everywhere.
On Furlough. Yeah, you can catch Tall Tales in Furlough by Antarctic Press. It starts on issue 198. So you go head on over to your local comic book store to pick that up. And if you want an even easier way of reading Eager Raven and Tall Tales, you can also check out Webtoon. Eager Raven updates every Tuesday on Webtoon, and Tall Tales updates every Thursday on Webtoons. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us on this vibing, not vibing Friday. I don't know. I think I just might need to just take a walk just to clear my head, because it's like, yeah, it's I don't know. There's too much going on in there, and I need to kind of like free the demons somehow. Oh, exercise maybe. Oh, how dare you? So that's it for me. That's it for Nita. We will be back on Monday for another edition of whatever nonsense we decide to talk about. And in the words of the ancients, eat your food, moisturize, mind your business, and do the work. Because when you actually do the work, it's the work, stupid. You never have to fake any of your accomplishments. Thank you so much again, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Everyone does it. Now you can do it too. Shut the fuck up. Shut your mouth. Shut up. Shut the hole in your face. Like that. You can do it. Shh. Shut up. And shut the fuck up.